Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In today's lecture, we will discuss about what are the important information security tools that are very effective in providing the security uh, to all the users. First of all, we will discuss about what is a basic infrastructure of an enterprise, and we have already discussed about this infrastructure. Like we have an internet service provider with a internet service provider that provide internet facility to our enterprise. So at this at this position, we can have a threat that can be denial of service attack, an advanced persistent attack, and zero-day attack uh, can be exploit the ISP level, and it will infiltrate the entire infrastructure of an enterprise. Then at web server, we can face attack of website hacking or defacement, in which we can see the phishing attack, in which the web looks similar to like our original website, but it's not the same website. So this attack is also occur at web server. On email server, we face spam emails and phishing attack, in which a link will divert our traffic to another server, which is not the legitimate server. Then there is attack on web server and web attack user productivity. Then at data center, we face the attack of data theft and unauthorized access. Then there are certain infected server which we can call it honeypot servers, that already are being infected by malwares and infections, and they mitigate in our entire system. Then there is infected systems which are part of our infrastructure, and they are the main cause of backdoors in our infrastructure. Then there are malicious users who are the main cause of insider attacks. Then there are some non-compliant systems which are failed to update their patches, and there are some security flaws that are present within these systems. So these are the major vulnerabilities. Then at regional office, we face some chalk circuit and malware protection is not there. Then data leakage is usually we face the problem of data leakage. So what are the security challenges, and at which position these challenges occur, and what are the possible solution? So first of all is we have having a challenge of perimetry filtering, and it usually occur at edge routers, and this can be overcome with the help of creating the access list and various RFCs. Then we have denial of service attack, and it usually occur at edge routers, and we have to provide the protection against denial of service, distributed denial of service protection. Then comes zero-day attack or advanced persistent attack, and it usually uh, occur at edge devices and edge next generation firewalls. And the possible solution is zero-day and advanced persistent attack. Then there are web server attacks. The possible region where we face these web servers attack are demilitarized zone or web application firewall, and possible solution is web application or attack preventions. Then email spams and malware phishings are already there, and it usually occur at email security gateway, and possible solution is providing the secure email, or encryption is also a, a way to secure our email. Okay, then there is web user attack, and this is usually occur at demilitarized zone or web security gateway, and possible solution is filtering, web filtering, and malware protection. Then come system malware, and system is usually face this challenge, and possible solution for this is endpoint protection using antiviruses. Then we have user network access control, and it usually occur at aggregation point of user access, and we can use a security solution that is network admission control. User control for USB media hard drive encryption is usually a system, and we should use data loss prevention systems. Then remote branch connectivity malware, internet or intranet or extranet, and edge or unified threat monitoring system will be used, and unified threat monitoring system will be used to rectify it. Then we have data center unauthorized access, and we should use it usually occur at data center firewall, and the possible solution is using data center firewall filtering and malware protection. Data exfiltration, and it usually occur at edge and network data loss prevention systems, and the possible solution is network data loss prevention solution. Event monitoring and detection is usually done by SIEM solution, and it can be occur at data centers. SIEM solution are being used to monitor the event or trigger event. Unpatched system is usually at data center, and uh, vulnerability scanners are being used to identify the unpatched system. Then server integrity and monitoring, IPS filtering, data center and host intrusion prevention systems are being used. So, what are the possible tools, security tools that are helpful for an enterprise to secure itself is using Microsoft Windows Server Update. It will automatically update security patches. Then there are asset management tools that will keep the record of all the assets, all the hardware, endpoints, all the devices, laptop, uh, your handheld devices. So these will contain the record of all the assets that are present in a enterprise. Then there is security information event management tools that are also helpful in enterprise to mitigate and to rectify the possible events that are happening in the enterprise and maintain the logs of it. That there are data loss prevention tools, encryption softwares to encrypt the data, and there are two-way authentication tools. So there are these tools are very beneficial, like enterprise antiviruses. So their function is to provide antivirus and malware protection, and its complexity is quite low. The top vendor of enterprise antiviruses are Sohos, Avast, Casper, Symantec, and McAfee. And then we talk about Microsoft uh, Active Directory, and it is being used to maintain or regulate the policies present in an enterprise level. So its function is to pushing out the security policies through advanced directory, and its complexity is quite low, pushing out Windows password settings. So it's one of the example, like we set that the password should be strong enough, it should be greater than 8 digit, it must be combination of small and capital letter with special character. So this is the policy matter, and the the software that try to enforce that is Microsoft Active Directory. Then come vulnerability scanning, and this its complexity is medium, and OpenWAS, Nessus, and Coile is being used to identify vulnerabilities present in a system or devices or a server. Then we talk about log management. We try to collect all the logs for analysis and to identify either a security breach or not, and its complexity is medium, and OSSAC is being used as an example of it. Then we have network performance and management, and NOC is basically network admission control, or you can say it will maintain the performance of your network. So its complexity is low, and KECT and iron is being used. Then come automatic backups. Its purpose is to create backups. Medium and Veritas is being used as an example tool for it. Then we have Windows Update, and Windows are being updated using this tool that will monitor the date and the patch level that need to be updated. Then asset management, we use detect, track, manage assets, and its complexity is medium. So its purpose is to asset explorer and pulsefy. Then double ticket system is basically a system that will maintain the logging detail or session details. So double ticket workflow medium, and sys is the example of it. SIEM solution are basically event management tool, and its complexity is high. And one of the good example is QRadar and Splunk, which is being used as a SIEM solution. So then comes data loss prevention tools, and its complexity is high, and semantic is being used as an example of data loss prevention tools. Then encryption softwares, and its purpose is to provide information security. It will encrypt the data. Its complexity is high, and TrueCrypt is one of the example of this type of tool. Okay, so there are number of vendor that are providing solutions in security domain, but if you are a CISO or you are at a position to decide which tools that need to be integrated or a part of an enterprise, then you have to do the research, and you have to identify the cost and the functionality of those software. So there are certain vendors, or there are certain research groups that will help you to make those decision quite comfortably, and their duty is to research and identify the quality or the strength of those tools. So Gartner is one of them, and it is one of the most prestigious research team to identify the possible good vendors providing solution in information security. So Gartner Magic Quadrant report is one of them, and it will help you to identify the possible vendor for information security tool. There are some other industry report as well, and we will discuss them later in the lecture. So in security tool, first of all, there is endpoint protection that was being launched in 2023 report of Gartner. And if you see this is a summarized report of Gartner 2023 about endpoint protection. So this is basically a graphical representation, and it consists of four quadrant: leaders, challengers, visionaries, and niche player. So niche player are the new vendors that are providing services in endpoint protection. Then come visionaries. Visionaries are far better than niche player. And then come challengers, which are better than visionaries. And then come leaders, which are the top vendor to provide best security solution in endpoint. So if we see the y-axis, it it represents the ability to execute or perform the detection of antiviruses and malwares. And if we see the x-axis, it's telling us about the completeness of the vision. So according to this graph, the topmost at the leader section, which is the CrowdStrike, is the leading or the top endpoint protection vendor. So these three, uh, CrowdStrike, Microsoft, Trend Micro, Senator One, Ploto Alto Network, and Sohos are the best vendors to provide an antivirus solution at enterprise level. So if you are at a position to select the possible vendors or to negotiate with them to select the vendor to integrate or to be the part of your network, then you have to see Gartner report, and the top three will be the most leading endpoint protection, and you will select and negotiate the costing of them. So that is the purpose of evaluating the report of Gartner. Then comes a secure web gateway, and Zscaler is the top leading position in web secure web gateway provider. Then comes unified threat monitoring system, which is an ultimate solution for small and medium-sized businesses, and it's multifunctional firewall that help the businesses to one solution for all the problem of information security. It's provide information threat monitoring system. It remove malwares and protect the infrastructure. So at medium and small companies, unified threat monitoring system is a best solution. So among them, Fortinet is at the top position. Then comes Checkpoint and Checkpoint Software Technologies and Sohos. And this report is Gartner's September 2018 report. Then Enterprise Network Firewall, and in network firewall, the best solution vendor that is providing the best solution is Fortinet, Pluto L2 Network, Checkpoint Software Technologies. Then comes Enterprise SIEMs 2023. The best solution that are being provided in SIEMs are Denitrace, Datadog, New Relic, Splunk, Honeycomb. So these are the leading companies or leading vendors providing SIEM solutions. Then enterprise data loss prevention tool are being the top leading in data loss prevention tool are Semantic, Digital Guardian, ForcePoint, Intel Security. Then application security testing, like we have already discussed about secure software development lifecycle, in which we perform security testing of our code to identify any vulnerabilities or any backdoor present in our security in our codes or supply chain attacks. So we can identify with the help of security testing, and the best tools for providing security testing are Synops system, Veracode, Checkmark, OpenText, and Snack. So these are the possible vendors that will help you in providing security testing. So there are some other vendors. There are other security tool comparison reports are already available. So Gartner report is basically a paid report, and uh, usually the vendors public them free of cost. Then there are Forrester Security Award, then NSS Lab report and ICSA report are also there. So this is Gardner Next Generation Firewall Security Value Map, and this is basically the report of next generation firewall from NSS Lab. The x-axis is representing the time uh, taken, and it's basically the time it total cost of the system per bandwidth, and then at y-axis it's representing the security effectiveness. So in case of next generation firewall security value map, Fortnite, Hillstone, and Huawei are on top, providing 100% security. So Fortnite is providing almost 100% security, where Juniper is cost cheaper, but it also providing certain level of security as compared to rest of them. So Gardner Enterprise Mobile Management 2023. So enterprise mobile management system is that if I'm running some enterprise and I issue some mobile devices to my team to work for enterprise and to maintain the log and management of those enterprise issued mobile phones, then There are certain tools to manage those records and to identify the activities that are ongoing on those devices. So these are the vendors that will help us to monitor those and manage those enterprise mobile management system. So one of them is AirWatch, Mobile Iron, IBM, Citrix, and Good Technologies. These are the leading brands providing those solutions. Then there are Gartner Enterprise Data Center Backups and Recovery. So it is very important for a data center to maintain the backup and recovery mechanism for natural disaster, to mitigate any data loss, and to foresight the possible in danger to that may occur to our data. So we have to maintain a backup and recovery mechanism for our data center. And Veeam, Commvault, Rubrik, Cohesity, Veritas, and Dell Technology are one of them. Then Gartner Identity Governance, that is basically to maintain the record of authorized user and what are the user who have proper identity and password to enter in an enterprise network and use the resources of enterprise. So the software that maintain those identity governance and maintain those policy is basically these software. SailPoint is among the leading one. Then there is Oracle, CA Technology, and IBM. Okay, then network performance monitoring and diagnostic. We have NetScout, ExtraHop, Vivi Solution, and Reverb vendor. Then web application and API production. If we are using some web server and we have to protect our web application and integration of all the APIs we are using in our website, then Imperva and Akamai is the brand that will help us in providing security at web application and API production. So this is one of the, now we will demonstrate the tools that will help you in maintaining the information security. So let's see.